Welcome into DRF Daily, DRF Sports' live stream, sports betting live stream coming at you every weekday at normally 11 a.m. We're hitting you at noon right now. A little bit of a change of time, but we'll be back at 11 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be talking with Max Sacco to break down some Premier Lacrosse League best bets. His PLL Week 4 best bets will be hitting the site in just a little bit later today. You can check out all of his best bets at drf.com/sports. All of our exclusive betting angles, trends, line movements, trying to pitcher statistics. Everything you need is on drf.com/sports. You can subscribe for free, get access to our free game of the day each and every day. That includes articles, videos, all of the sims, all of the picks, everything like that you can find at drf.com/sports. Go ahead and follow us if you don't already at DRF_sports. That's on Twitter. And if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. We'd be ever so grateful. And if you're watching on Twitch, somehow you found us. Congratulations. We haven't put a lot of time and effort into that one. We just throw this one up on Twitch. So if you found us there, that's interesting. Congrats. You found a needle in a haystack. That's honestly quite amazing. So yesterday we had Matt Wyrick on to talk about all things Nationals, all things MLB, kind of a broad scope of how the season's going, some of his future bets. We talked about some of the lines that are live on DRF Sportsbook, and he broke down a lot of that awesome stuff and talked about Juan Soto's future. If you haven't already, that interview's live on our YouTube. Just check us out, DRF Sports. You can check all that out and so much more. But because we had Matt Wyrick on, we only had one best bet yesterday. We only had one bet, only one game breakdown, and that was game four of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Avalanche and the Lightning. I was on Avalanche. I think it was -120, -110, something like that when I got on them. Hit. So we bounced back from a terrible 1-3 Monday. We had a 3-1 Tuesday, a 1-0 yesterday. So we're back even, if I'm doing my math right quickly. 3, 4. Yeah, we're 4-4 now. No, we're above 500, 5-4 for the week. So a nice little bounce back on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're looking good. We have 4 MLB best bets coming your way today. We got Cardinals, Brewers, Orioles, White Sox. Very interesting game, but we wanted something a little bit later. Phillies, Padres. I'm really excited about that game. I would lean Phillies if anyone other than Joe Musgrove was pitching. Just spoiled my hand a little bit. That's my pick for the Phillies, Padres. And then our featured free game of the day, fantastic showdown between the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees. So we'll start things off today. Cardinals are taking on the Brewers. Brewers are +100. Total is set at 9.5. Last game of the series, the Cardinals, they have won 2 of the first 3, and the under has hit in 2 of the 3 games this series. This is the 4th and final game of the set. Dakota Hudson will be getting the start for the Cardinals. Jason Alexander for Milwaukee. Hudson this season 5-3 with a 3.31 ERA, and last time out he went 5 innings and only allowed 3 earned. Alexander, on the other hand, he's 1-0 this season. This is going to be his 5th start. And he has a 2.42 ERA. Got the win last time out. He allows a lot of hits though, 7 hits per game. Cardinals, they're not a high strikeout team. I think 4th lowest in terms of strikeouts. So they won't be chasing a lot of pitches. And Alexander throws some hittable balls. So I'm a little bit worried about that matchup in terms for the Brewers. Also, the Brewers offense has just been kind of stale as of late. Milwaukee's offense has averaged just 2.67 runs over this series. Not good. And their only win, they mustered just 2 runs. And the only reason they won is because Corbin Burns had himself like a 10 strikeout, 7-inning shutout. They ended up winning the game in shutout 2-0. So I'm not too high on the Brewers here. If you look here now, Brewers are -115 in this game. Somehow, some way, this has flipped. From 2 hours ago when I wrote this, the Brewers were +100. Apparently, a lot of sharp money's coming in on the Brewers, and that line has plummeted down. And so I'm urging you guys right now, hammer the Cardinals at +105. I was on Cardinals -110, and that still had value. Look at that. StatFox Power Line gives the Cardinals -121. That should be the line. So you're getting a ton of value here. Our sims like the Cardinals to win 5-4. The Cardinals come into this, not a lot of home run power compared to the Brewers. And we all know that the Brewers big time bats. They have Christian Yelich, who's a little bit not hitting a lot of home runs this season, but they have some power. They have some pop in that lineup. But the Cardinals have the better average, the better on base percentage. You see it along right there. Better average, on base percentage, and slugging percentage. They also score more runs per game, and they allow less runs per game on average. The Cardinals are the better team. They've won 2 of 3. They've shown that they're better. They've shown that their offense can compete with the Brewers. The Brewers' offense has shown me absolutely nothing. I'm going to take Dakota Hudson to win. Give me the Cardinals in this one at plus 105. Yes, please. Sign me up. I'm going to hammer that one. That's a certified gold star pick. That turned from just some good average, slightly below average value in the Cardinals at minus 110. No certified gold star pick. All of a sudden, we're sitting at a certified gold star pick just like that in 2 hours. Hammer, hammer, hammer the Cardinals. Moving on from that game, we're going Orioles, White Sox. I'm afraid that this line too, as I'm going to be pulling up the game here. This line hasn't changed. It's still minus 150 White Sox to win. Total is set at 9 runs. Now, Orioles are coming off of a 2-game midweek series against the Nats where they split the series 1-1 at Camden. The White Sox, they picked up the series win against Toronto. Dean Kremer for Baltimore gets the start. He's going up against the White Sox pitcher Johnny Cueto. Cueto this season's 1-3, but a 2.63 ERA. Kremer is 1-1 in 3 starts with a 2.35 ERA. He started 1 game on the road where he threw 5 innings and only allowed 1 earned run. That sounds promising, right? Cueto, last time he went out, didn't allow a run in 7 innings pitched against one of the best teams in baseball, the Houston Astros. So Cueto, last time out, on fire, looking to carry that over today against the Baltimore Orioles. Chicago, though, this is kind of a side tangent. They were plus 1,200 to win the World Series this year. 4th best odds in the preseason, tied with a few other teams behind like the Yankees and Astros, I think it was. They currently sit 3rd in the AL Central, 3rd, 4.5 games back of the Guardians. Not the season that the White Sox expected, not the season the White Sox fans had hoped for. A lot of issues with Tony La Russa walking people on 1-2 counts, things like that. Some turmoil, it seems like, going on in Chicago. That's really just to say that they're 16-15 against the spread against teams with losing records. They don't beat up on teams that they need to. They're 15-18 straight up in Chicago. Not a great record for a team that's a World Series favorite. And they use their bullpen a whole lot. They average over 3 2/3 innings pitched from their bullpen. That is what we consider high use. And the Orioles have beat up on high use bullpens. They're 40-25 straight up over the last 2 seasons against bullpens who average 3 2/3 innings or more pitch. So a lot of things are favoring the Baltimore Orioles in this game. The only thing that isn't favoring them is that the White Sox, for all intents and purposes, are the better team. Give me White Sox minus 150. There's not a lot of value in that. However, I think the White Sox are still the better team, and that leads me into our big-time boost that's happening at DRF Sportsbook. If you live in Iowa, go to ia.drf.com, or you can download the free DRF Sportsbook app wherever you find your apps. Make an account. If you have an account already, that's fantastic. Click My Free Bet or My Bets, and then under the My Bets section in the app, go to My Free Bets. And you can find this big-time boost that's scrolling along the bottom. Chicago White Sox, Lewis Robert. I think that's not how you pronounce it. It's got to be Robert, right? Lewis Robert, over 1.5 hits. We've boosted that to plus 204. He's had a multi-hit game in 6 of his last 9. He hits multiple hits 42% of the time this season. Really, really solid numbers. And at plus 204, I'm not saying it's a certified lock. I'm not saying it's bound to happen. But at plus 204, can't talk. At plus 204, give me that. Give me that. I'll put a unit down. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. I think it's great. Since June 1st, that's 19 games, 9 multi-hit games, just below 50%. Give me that. I will take that at plus 204 all day. And pair that with the fact that the White Sox are minus 150. I like them to win. Also kind of make putting a little bit of little bit of juice into that pick at White Sox minus 150. They tend to win first games of series. I think over their last 4 series, they've won game 1 3 times. So I like them to, defend home ballpark and win game 1. Are they going to win the series? Maybe not. The Orioles come in at 31-39. By no means are they a bad team. The White Sox 33-34. Not a lot separating these two teams in terms of win-loss. Adley Rutschman's come up, and I think they've been about a 500 baseball team since he's come into the rotation, come into the starting lineup. But give me the White Sox. I think they're the better team. They tend to win game 1s at a fairly high clip. So give me the White Sox minus 150. Phillies Padres, a fantastic showdown, 36-34. Phillies are heading to San Diego to take on the 44-27 Padres. Some money's come in on San Diego's, moved them from minus 140 to minus 150 live right now. Ranger Suarez will get the start for the Phillies, while JD Musgrove. Joe Musgrove is going to get the start for the Padres. Phillies come into this one losing their last 3. They've kind of cooled off since firing Joe Girardi. When they fired Joe Girardi, of course, they went on that amazing win streak. They went 12-2 over the course, something like that. They've cooled off a little bit. They've lost their last 3. Their first 3-game losing streak since they lost 5 in a row at the end of May, which ended up them firing Joe Girardi. So a little bit of a skid with their interim manager. I don't think that skid's going to end tonight. Joe Musgrove is a fantastic pitcher, 8-0. Believe he's plus 400 to win the NL Cy Young, one of the best pitchers in the National League, if not all of the majors. 8-0. He has a 1.59 ERA, hasn't allowed more than 2 earned in his last 10 starts, averages just a hair under 7 Ks per game, 6.75. And at home, that jumps up to 7.2 Ks per game. Phillies, they've put some things together. They're going to be a pain in a lot of teams' rear end as this season goes on. They're going to be a good team. They're going to make a push for the playoffs. Not saying any of that. Padres, though, they're going to win the series. The Padres are going to win this game. Give me Padres minus 140 to win. Joe Musgrove is just an absolute machine on the mound. I really think if it's anyone other than him, I'm going with the Phillies, but just the fact that it's Joe Musgrove and he's so good. Not a lot of value in this. Line's minus 150 for the Padres. Our power line makes it minus 127, but our Sims still like the Padres to win. And I'm not fading the Sims here today. So I say that, just wait till the next pick. So give me the Padres in this one, minus 150. I kind of like the under 2. Padres offense isn't necessarily going to light you up. They don't hit a lot of home runs. They score actually less runs per game than the Phillies. But I think Joe Musgrove will hold the Phillies down so much, and I don't see the Padres putting 6 runs on the board to be able to push that over. Maybe the under is the play. I know it's a low number, but it's low for a reason. So give me Padres minus 150. I'll lean the under, but by no means is that a best bet. Padres win this game. Joe Musgrove moves to 9-0 on the season. And that's it for those 3 games. Some fantastic MLB action on the docket for you guys. Some fantastic best bets. You can find all of that stuff, drf.com/sports, and so much more. Our free game of the day today, though, is going to be Astros at the Yankees. I was trying to figure out which game to do, what game to highlight for today, and this game just kept coming up. You know why? To me, this is still a fantastic rivalry. It's being played in the Bronx. New York Yankee fans don't forget stuff. They're going to bring up the trash cans again. They still feel like they were slighted by the Astros. So this game, it makes it to be a really solid game. New York's coming off of a 2-1 series win against Tampa. Houston's They've won their last 3, and they've won 6 of their last 7. They won 3, lost 1, won 3. So they won 6 of their last 7. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Houston is 21-19 against the Yankees over the last 3 seasons overall. Yankees, however, are 12-8 against the Astros over the last 3 seasons. So Yankees have the slight upper hand at home. Astros have the upper hand at their home. So will be interesting to see how this one plays out. It is in Bronx. Like I said, Framber Valdez gets the start for the Astros, while Jameson Taillon gets the start for the Yankees. Taillon 8-1 this season with a 2.70 ERA. Worth mentioning here, kind of a side tangent. This really doesn't have much to do with the game at hand. But boy, oh boy, that Yankees rotation is filth. Nestor Cortez has the lowest ERA, is looking like a Cy Young Award winner. He has the most losses on the rotation. He has 3 losses. Everyone else is like 1 or 2. The highest ERA in that rotation, 3.27. What? It's just disgusting. No wonder the Yankees are like 44-17 or whatever they are. I mean, this rotation is disgustingly good. And Framber Valdez has his work cut out for him as he gets to start for the Astros against not only is their rotation dirt, the whole lineup for the Yankees is Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Anthony Rizzo, Joey Gallo. Gleyber Torres is? It's not Gleyber Torres. It's Gleyber Torres. Was he the one traded or was it Gio Urshela? I forget. But the whole lineup is dirt. So Valdez 7-3, 2.78 ERA. Last time out, he struck out 7 in 6 innings pitched. So he has some good strikeout stuff. The Houston starter does, and this is a heavy swing and a miss type of lineup with the Yankees. Joey Gallo, one of the biggest swing and missers in the league, and that's what you get when you have such high home run rates that the Yankees do. Line open at -135. It's come down to Yankees -120. Let's see if there's been any more movement as of late. No, currently still -120 in favor of the Yankees. Like I said, opened at -135, so it's come down a little bit. Astros are +110. Astros, they might have the slight edge in this one in terms of betting angles and recent trends. I'm going to hit you with the couple real quick. I'm going to have to read off of my notes just so I get these right. Astros are 8-0 against teams who outscore their opponents by 0.5 runs or more per game. Yankees outscore their opponents by 2.1 runs per game. This Yankees offense is filth. This Yankees rotation is filth, and they're the best team in baseball, no doubt about it. But the Astros have done really well this season against good teams. And on top of that, Dusty Baker over his entire career, up 29.4 units against teams who have a starting pitcher with a win percentage above 80%. Jameson Taillon, 8-1, win percentage over 80%. So some things in the Astros' favor, but let's look at, you got to look at both sides of the coin. Yankees in their favor, 29-7 straight up at home. They're 22-9 against winning teams this season, and that's how you become a true World Series contender. Sims, right now you see it here, like this game 4-4, not a lot of value on the Yankees. They make the power line -140, a little bit of value on the Yankees at -141. The line is set at -120. I think I like the Yankees, but here's the thing. Those trends have really high ratings. Look at this, guys. You go to betting angles on drf.com/sports. You see these betting angles, and then it gives you a rating. How important that actually is. Because if you're 10-2 in the month of June, that really doesn't tell you much about the team. But this tells you something about the team. They do really well against good teams. And not only that, Dusty Baker, for some reason, his teams do really well against opponents' starting pitchers who have a win percentage above 80%. It doesn't make total sense to me, but both of those have really high ratings. So I'm going to lean the Astros. I'm going to best bet the Astros at +110. The last time I jumped on this and I was talking about a Yankees game, I faded the Yankees. I went the Rays. But I truly believe the Astros have a chance to win this game at +110. I'm fading, well, not really fading the numbers because the numbers tell me it's a 4-4 type of game, and the Yankees are the favorites at -141. The line's -120. I'm going to lean Astros, going to bet the Astros at +110. I think there's value there. I think there's a way they pull this off in game one. I do think the Yankees win the series as a whole, but the Astros might be able to steal one on the road in game one. We talked about the big time boost earlier. There's another big time boost. If you're in Iowa, I urge you to check this one out. Anthony Rizzo to hit a home run. We've boosted that up to +719. Is Rizzo this season? He's hit 19 home runs. He's hit 4 in his last 7, and he hit back-to-back home runs and he hit back-to-back home runs in back-to-back games on the 19th and 20th, and now he hasn't hit one in 2 games. His longest streak in June without going with a home run is just 3 games. So I think by no means is this a lock. It's not outside the realm of possibility, though. And if you put 5 units down on this, or you put what you bet on the Astros here, there's ways to kind of to play it and minimize your losses. I think it's a fun one to do. By no means it's a lock, but it's nowhere near the outside realm of possibility. Framber Valdez, the problem is he's only allowed 4 home runs on the season, so he doesn't allow a lot of home runs coming off his bat, or I guess coming off of his pitches. But if they can get to him a little bit, if they can get into the bullpen, Rizzo will get his opportunities. Rizzo will get his hacks in, and it's in New York. Home runs happen there. So give me Anthony Rizzo to hit a home run at plus 719 just for fun. I think that's a fun bet to do, and there's a high return on it. Low risk, high reward. So Anthony Rizzo to hit a home run plus 719. Talk about a big time boost that you want to take advantage of. So with all of that being said, let's recap some of our all of our bets today. We're on Cardinals minus 110 when they face off against the Brewers tonight. White Sox minus 150, not minus 15, minus 150 against the Orioles. Padres minus 140 against the Phillies. I'm going to go Astros plus 110 against my head, but my gut is telling me Astros plus 110. I think there's a potential of that one happening. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to DRF Daily. DRF Sports' daily betting live stream coming at you every weekday. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. Not same time. Same place, slightly different time. Excited to talk to you guys about my perfect 4-0 day tomorrow, because that's what's going to happen. So until tomorrow, my name's Jack Fitzpatrick. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your day.